Hi everyone, this is Christine Josty of Mail Something Pretty, and thank you for joining me today. This is a card I wanted to show you. It's part of a kit, so if you purchase the kit, this is one of the videos, or it's also one of the club cards. And or if you're just watching my video, I'm going to show you what you need to make this card. This is not my original idea. I saw it on Pinterest and fell in love with it, and so I copied it and made a couple little adjustments, and so I want to show you what I did. So you can have some with words, or you can use it plain. I think it looks great. And then at club the other day, we decided to put a little red rhinestone on there to turn this reindeer into Rudolph. So you have a couple little options with it. Again, if you're getting it as a kit, all that you need is right in your envelope, but I will tell you what you need and all the measurements. So let me put these over here. So it is a square card, so it's 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. And to get that, I used, so it's 8 1/2 by 4 1/4, and I scored it at 4 1/4. So that's pretty easy square card. I like to make square cards. And then this is a 4 by 4 piece of white. I did one actually for the outside, one for the inside, and I cut some circles out of it, so you'll see that as we go. And I also embossed it. This is an old embossing folder. I think it was called Softly Gently Falling or something like that, but it looks like snow. You can certainly substitute with anything that you need. Okay, so the first step is the two different, not the one. You have a choice. The one that I saw that I really liked used a piece that I didn't have, so I improvised. So this one you can see some red, more red, and then this one there's a little more snow. So you can decide. If you want more red, then skip this next step. But if you want some more snow, then I'll show you what to do. I didn't have the piece that she used, so my improvisation was I took a stitched oval and then I just cut it in half. So what I'm going to do is put a little dab of glue on either side, and then I'm going to take this piece and put it on top until I don't see the bottom anymore. So it's just like a little slope of a hill. You can have it straight, you can tilt it however you want it. But that's how I did that. And then you can either use your glue or your seal or your tape runner, whatever you use for putting your cards together. I've been using this glue quite a lot. And I'm going to put that onto the red card base. So you have a choice here too. You can either hold your card so it opens up that way. So then when it stands up pretty nice, or if you wanted it to open up this way. The only problem with that one is I find that they flop sometimes, so I like my cards usually to open up from the side. So whichever way you choose, you are going to put your cutout panel on the card. Like that. Okay, so the next step is I have already cut out some trees and a reindeer for you. But how I cut those out is I used, actually I forget what they're called, so I'll look them up in one sec. The globe, they go with the, actually they go with 2 stamp sets, Still Scenes, Snow Globes, and it's kind of nice, it coordinates with 2. So Still Scenes is one, and the other one is called Zoo Globe, so you can make fun little snow globes out of animals. And the dies are called Snow Globe Scenes, so they're there. It's nice because you can put anything in a snow globe, right? You can use snow ends, you can put trees, you could put anything. You don't have to use the stamp sets that come with it. You can kind of come up with your own. But that's anyways how I cut those out. So I'm going to put my trees down next. Again, I'm going to use some glue. And you can decide how high up or how, oh, actually, I forgot something. Before you put that down, you can either put it on top, but the whole point actually was to see that stitched. So I'm going to tuck it under. Luckily, I was still able to do that. So as you do yours, just tuck it under that little mound of snow. And then how I did the deer, you could glue him or her, I guess it's a him with the antlers, flat. But what I did is I put a little glue on the base here, just a little bit. And then I used 2 mini dimensionals. You could certainly cut regular ones to smaller pieces, but it just fits. And that way, when you put him on, he's raised up a little bit, but not too much. So I'm gonna put him here. And I like to put his head kind of in between those trees just so you could see it. So that way the top of him is kind of puffed up a little bit. Okay, the last part, oh, I didn't bring these dies up to show you, but I used the stitch circle dies, and I also used I think they're called layering circle dies. So I made a frame, and I actually put the 2 dies, excuse me, on at the same time it ran it through. So it just made it easier. And I cut it out of this white paper. So that was a little difference from the one I copied as well. She, I believe, cut the ring out of a separate piece of paper and put it on top, so you couldn't see her red underneath. It was a smaller circle underneath, but I like seeing the red underneath. It's just a little bit more visual interest. So that's one difference. But I used these mini dimensionals again to put that on. You could certainly put it on flat, but I liked how it's popped up. So if you have regular dimensionals, just sometimes, you know, when you cut the edge, or cut some dimensionals into smaller pieces. I think I put 5 or 6 on here. This one has 5. Okay. And then I'll just peel the backing off. And you seeing me use my tweezers. They're very helpful when you're putting in, see a little bit of the dimension. I didn't do such a good job. They're helpful when placing little pieces. And then you just kind of line it up in there and pat it down. Okay? I just think it's so striking. So you can leave it like that, or if you wanted words, you can add some words. So for the kits, you will have to supply your own stamps, but I'm sure you would have, you must have something. And I gave you a little strip of 1/2-inch paper. So this one says, "'Tis the season." Just cut it. And I'm just going to, sometimes what I do is, because it's going to go, oops, it's going to go over height here. I put a dimensional on one of it, and I put I keep dropping it, glue on the other part, so the glue will stick. Did I not peel that off? I didn't. Hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say. That part is raised and that part is flat because that was already raised. That's what I was trying to say. And then I'm going to add a little gemstone, just for a little shine. Okay. And then on the inside, I gave you a piece of paper right here. So again, you can either just put it in empty and write a message, or if you have stamps to put on the inside. That sentiment came with the snow globes one. So that's what I'm going to use. And actually, I'm not going to tape it in because red needs a second to dry. So I'm not going to push my luck. So let me show you. That's what it looks like on the inside. Okay, so there we go. So you can bedazzle it as much as you want or leave it kind of nice and crisp. If you have, this one I will say I didn't do such a great job. I used a chalk marker and try to add some snowflakes in there. I didn't do such a great job. So you can kind of jazz it up as much as you want. Thank you very much for watching. This is Christine Josty of Mail Something Pretty. Have a great day.